let me give you a tour of the first sketchbook I ever completed back to front. This one started April 2022 and I finished May 2023. 2022 was the beginning of my first art journey in the traditional art, like painting and drawing. And so this was the first sketchbook I got in that time. And I've really started out with mostly very abstract, I'm just putting things on the page and having fun. And it was very playful and since it was so early, I didn't really have many expectations with the sketchbook. I also took this sketchbook to Guam the first time I went in 2022 for the summer. So you'll see some of the drawings of the buildings and the palm trees and the flowers that I saw while I was there. This next one coming up is one of the houses there that I drew in the car just driving around. So it was very playful, very abstract. I also accumulated different supplies around this time, so I was playing around with those. I think I got my first watercolors. So by this time I believe I had moved to Guam after I got married, and I didn't have many of my things, so I was just kind of looking around the areas for different supplies, and I was able to find some watercolors. They were Pinto watercolors, so I used those in here. And I also used lots of Neocolor 2s, 1 and 2s, and just markers. A lot of things that I could just get my hands on. And then these next couple of drawings are from a day at the beach, and I just drew the water. Everything was just so beautiful to look at, but I did find it hard to draw just water and sky because it was just all blue. It was just blue and blue most of the time, so I found that hard to draw. But I know, I just probably didn't have the right eye at the time. Here I did some drawings of some vases that I found pictures from Pinterest. And then I also did a little self-portrait that I think kind of looks like me. It's cute. Here are the watercolors that I was talking about. They're Pentel, very inexpensive, and they were my introduction to watercolors, and I really enjoyed them. I still enjoy watercolor. Now I'm trying to figure out how I like to do abstract work. I kind of have figured out that that's my favorite thing to do. More intuitive, abstract things. So I'm still just playing around. This one is one of my more interesting. I like to look at this one. I think it was acrylic paint, and then I did color pencils on top. And sometimes some of the spreads weren't finished. I don't think I'd finished this one. And around this time, I was kind of learning some things about different techniques on how to make abstract paintings, making one big paper and then you can cut it up. And here I have this flower daisy kind of motif that I really enjoyed drawing. I haven't really done much with these, but I still like them, and I could still take inspiration from these one day. But I remember I just was so obsessed with drawing these little blobby flowers in vases. And the next one is I did a paper collage with construction paper, and this is one of my favorite things that I've done. I think it's so cute. And this here is the beginning of the Dots and Lines, the series that I'm currently working in right now, and I love it so much. This wasn't the first ones that I did, but this was the first official ones where I was I actually see something in this. And then this is just more paint, acrylic paint, and this was just cleaning my brush off, just trying to use up the last page. And this is the end. So that is my completed sketchbook, finished May 21st, 2023, and I hope you enjoyed the video.